You've been visiting Pennsylvania all wrong. The real hidden gems aren't the crowded tourist spots or the ones listed in the usual guidebooks. So, where are they? Don't worry, we've got you covered. In this video, we'll show you 27 hidden wonders of Pennsylvania that most people don't even know exist. So, make sure to watch till the end and don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we've an entire playlist dedicated to the Pennsylvania hidden gems and many videos are on the way. Now let's dive right into our countdown. Number 27, ERIE Maritime Museum. The ERIE Maritime Museum in Erie is all about Pennsylvania's connection to the Great Lakes and its maritime history. One of the coolest things about this museum is the USS Niagara, a famous warship from the War of 1812. The museum has lots of exhibits that tell the story of how ships were built and how they helped in the wars. You can also take a tour of the USS Niagara, which is one of the only wooden warships left from the early 1800s. The museum gives you a chance to step back in time and learn about life on the water. And here is a fun fact. The USS Niagara is still sailed today for special events, and it's the only ship of its kind that's still used for sailing. Number 26, Brandywine Museum of Art. The Brandywine Museum of Art in Chaddsford is a must-visit for art lovers. It's home to an amazing collection of American art, including works from the famous Wyeth family, Andrew, North Carolina, and Jamie Wyeth. The museum is set on the beautiful Brandywine River, which makes it the perfect place to enjoy both art and nature. As you walk through the galleries, you can see some of the Wyeth family's most famous paintings, as well as other pieces of American art that showcase the country's history and culture. The museum is also surrounded by lovely gardens and walking paths, making it a peaceful spot to visit. Number 25, Old Windmill Farm. The Old Windmill Farm in Lancaster County is a fascinating place where you can step back in time to experience how things were done in Pennsylvania long ago. This working farm is home to a real operational windmill that has been around since the 1700s. The windmill was used by early settlers to grind grain, and you can still see it working today. When you visit, you can take a tour of the farm, see the windmill in action, and learn about how it helped people in the past. You can also walk around the farm to see the animals and other farm buildings, which are just as they were when the farm was first built. Number 24, Resident James Buchanan's Wheatland. Located in Lancaster, Wheatland was the home of James Buchanan, the 15th President of the United States. It's a place where you can learn about Buchanan's life and the history of his presidency. The house is still decorated just like it was when Buchanan lived there in the 1800s. So when you visit, you'll get a real feel for what life was like back then. You can take a guided tour through the rooms, which are filled with original furniture and personal items that belong to the president. The house also has beautiful gardens where you can walk around and relax. Want to know a fun fact? Wheatland was one of the first presidential homes in the country to be open to the public as a historic site. Number 23, FONTHILL Castle. Located in Doylestown, FONTHILL Castle is a truly unique place. It was designed by Henry Chapman Mercer, an architect who loved mixing different styles of architecture. The castle is a blend of medieval, Gothic, and Byzantine designs, making it unlike anything you've seen before. Inside, you'll find over 20,000 handmade tiles, which Mercer created himself, and each room is decorated with these colorful and intricate tiles. When you visit, you can take a guided tour through the castle to learn about Mercer's life and how he designed this amazing home. FONTHILL Castle has 44 rooms, and each one has its own unique tile design made by Mercer. The castle sits on beautiful grounds where you can walk around and enjoy the surroundings. Number 22, STEAMTOWN National Historic Site. STEAMTOWN National Historic Site in Scranton is a fantastic place for anyone who loves trains. It's all about preserving the history of steam locomotives and the important role they played in the United States. At STEAMTOWN, you can see real steam engines up close and learn how they were built and used. The site has a big roundhouse where they repair and restore the trains, and you can even take a ride on one of the historic trains during special events. There's also a museum with cool exhibits that show how trains helped shape the country. And did you know that STEAMTOWN is home to over 20 historic locomotives, including one of the largest and most powerful steam engines ever made? Number 21, Peters Mountain Trail. Peters Mountain Trail is a hidden gem in Dauphin County, offering stunning views of the Susquehanna River and the surrounding valleys. This trail is perfect for anyone who enjoys hiking and nature, as it takes you through beautiful forests and rocky terrain. The hike to the top may be challenging, but once you reach the summit, you'll be rewarded with breathtaking views that stretch for miles. Peters Mountain Trail is part of the Appalachian Trail System, making it a great spot for more experienced hikers looking for an adventure. Along the way, you'll encounter scenic overlooks, wildlife, and peaceful spots to take a break. Number 20. National Civil War Museum. The National Civil War Museum in Harrisburg is an important place where you can learn about the American Civil War. It's one of the largest Civil War museums in the country, and it tells the story of the war from both the northern and southern sides. When you visit, you'll walk through different exhibits that show what life was like during the war. You'll see items like uniforms, weapons, and even letters written by soldiers. The museum has over 24,000 artifacts that help tell the stories of the brave people who lived through this time. One of the coolest things about this museum is how it focuses on the human side of the war, showing how people on both sides of the conflict were affected by the events. The museum's collection includes one of the largest displays of Civil War artifacts, making it a must-see for anyone interested in history. Number 19. Bicycle Heaven. Bicycle Heaven in Pittsburgh is the largest bike museum in the world, and it's a must-see for anyone who loves bikes. This amazing museum has over 5,000 bicycles, some of which are rare and antique. When you step inside, you'll feel like you've traveled through time, as you see bikes from every era, from old-fashioned models to the latest designs. You can even find bikes used in famous races, or bikes that were once owned by famous people. It's not just a museum, it's also a bike shop, so you can buy vintage parts, helmets, and accessories. The museum is packed with so much to see. You could spend hours walking through and learning about how bikes have changed over time. Whether you're a bike enthusiast or just curious, Bicycle Heaven is a fun and educational place to visit. Something unique about this place is that it has bikes from all around the world and even features some of the rarest bicycles that you won't find anywhere else. Number 18. KNOEBELS Amusement Park. KNOEBELS Amusement Park is a special place in Ellisburg, Pennsylvania, that's full of old-fashioned fun. The best part? It's free to enter, and you only pay for the rides you want to go on. KNOEBELS has been entertaining families for years, and it's a park that feels like it's from another time, with classic rides and games you won't find at other amusement parks. You can ride roller coasters, take a spin on the Ferris wheel, or even hop on a charming carousel. It's perfect for all ages, with something for everyone to enjoy. One of the coolest rides is the Phoenix, a wooden roller coaster that's one of the oldest in the world. It's a thrilling ride that feels just like it did when it first opened. KNOEBELS is also known for its free admission and pay-as-you-go system, which makes it an affordable option for families looking to enjoy a day of fun. Number 17. Laurel Hill Cemetery. Laurel Hill Cemetery is a peaceful and beautiful place right in the heart of Philadelphia. It's tucked away from the busy streets, offering a quiet escape with amazing views of the Schuylkill River. This cemetery is one of the oldest in the United States, and is special because many famous people are buried here. Some of these people were important leaders, artists, and even soldiers from the Civil War. The cemetery isn't just full of tombstones. It has impressive sculptures and big stone buildings called mausoleums, which make it look like an outdoor museum. When you visit, you can walk along the tree-lined paths, look at the beautiful old buildings, and even learn about the people who are buried here by taking a historical tour. What makes Laurel Hill even more special is that it's known for being one of the prettiest cemeteries in the country. They also have fun events, like evening tours, which make the cemetery feel a little mysterious, especially as the sun sets and the shadows grow longer. It's a calm and interesting place to visit, even though it's a cemetery. Number 16. The Hershey Gardens. The Hershey Gardens in Hershey, Pennsylvania, is a quiet and beautiful spot where you can enjoy nature. This place is special because it has so many different kinds of flowers, plants, and trees that are all cared for really well. The gardens are part of Hershey's history and have been around for many years. When you visit, you can walk through the butterfly house, where colorful butterflies fly all around you. There are also different themed gardens to explore, like a rose garden, a garden full of plants that are good for your health, and even a garden with flowers that smell amazing. It's a peaceful place where you can relax and enjoy being outside. One fun fact is that there are over 5,000 types of plants in the Hershey Gardens. If you love nature or just want to take a calm walk surrounded by flowers, Hershey Gardens is a perfect place to visit. The gardens are always changing with the seasons, so you can see different flowers and plants depending on when you go. Number 15. Kentuck Knob. Kentuck Knob is a special home in the Laurel Highlands of Pennsylvania, designed by the famous architect Frank Lloyd Wright. It's not as well known as some other places, but it's definitely a hidden gem. The house is a perfect example of Wright's unique style, with clean lines and designs that blend perfectly with nature. The way the house connects to the surrounding trees and hills is really special. When you visit Kentuck Knob, you can take a guided tour of the house, where you'll see beautiful rooms filled with art and furniture that match Wright's design. The property also has lovely grounds where you can walk around and enjoy the natural beauty of the area. A fun fact about Kentuck Knob is that it has a sculpture garden featuring artwork by famous artists, like Andy Warhol. The house not only gives you beautiful views of the landscape, but also shows you some amazing pieces of art. It's a place where you can enjoy both nature and creativity at the same time. I hope you're enjoying this video so far, so make sure to hit that like button and let us know which one of these hidden gems you would visit first. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Number 14. The Greenhouse. The greenhouse at Longwood Gardens is a hidden treasure inside one of Pennsylvania's most famous garden spots. Longwood Gardens is known for its beautiful flowers and plants, but the greenhouse is where you can see some of the most unique and tropical plants. It's a peaceful and quiet place, perfect for anyone who loves nature. When you walk through the greenhouse, you'll see all kinds of lush plants, flowers, and trees that make the air feel fresh and calm. There are also seasonal displays, so depending on when you visit, you'll see different flowers and plants in bloom. Whether you're a plant lover or just looking for a place to relax, the greenhouse is the perfect spot. A fun fact is that the greenhouse is one of the quietest places in Longwood Gardens, making it a great place to escape the busy crowds and enjoy some peace and beauty. Number 13. Valley Forge National Historic Park. Valley Forge National Historic Park is an important place in American history, located just outside of Philadelphia. It's famous because it was the site where General George Washington and his army spent a harsh winter during the American Revolution. Today, it's a beautiful park where you can learn about the past and enjoy the outdoors. You can visit the historic buildings and see the spots where the soldiers lived. The park has plenty of trails, so you can go for a walk or bike ride while taking in the views of the countryside. You can also visit the visitor center, where you'll find displays and exhibits about the history of Valley Forge. It's a place where you can learn about the bravery of the soldiers and the struggle for freedom. A little-known detail about this spot is that the park is over 3,500 acres, so there's plenty of space to explore, relax, and enjoy nature. Number 12. OHIOPYLE State Park. OHIOPYLE State Park is a beautiful natural spot in the Laurel Highlands of Pennsylvania. It's the perfect place for outdoor adventures, especially if you love water and hiking. One of the park's biggest attractions is the Youghiogheny River, where you can go whitewater rafting or just enjoy the calm waters. The park also has many hiking trails, so you can explore the forests and look out for wildlife like deer and birds. One of the most popular hikes is the Falls Trail, which takes you right to the stunning OHIOPYLE Falls, where water crashes down over the rocks. OHIOPYLE State Park is also great for camping, so if you want to spend a night under the stars, you can stay at one of the campgrounds. OHIOPYLE is known as one of the best places in the country for whitewater rafting, so it's perfect for those looking for a thrilling adventure. Number 11. Delaware Water Gap. The Delaware Water Gap is a beautiful spot where the Delaware River cuts through the Appalachian Mountains. It's located in Monroe County, and it's a perfect place for people who love nature and outdoor activities. The area has amazing views of the mountains, rivers, and forests, making it a great place for hiking, camping, and picnicking. You can walk along the trails that lead to scenic overlooks, where you'll see breathtaking views of the river flowing through the valley. The Delaware Water Gap is also a fantastic place for kayaking or canoeing if you love being on the water. This area is home to hundreds of different types of wildlife, so you might see some interesting animals like birds, deer, or even black bears if you're lucky. Number 10. Juniata River. The Juniata River is a peaceful and scenic river that flows through the heart of central Pennsylvania. It's a perfect spot for anyone who loves water activities like kayaking or fishing. The river is surrounded by beautiful views of rolling hills, forests, and fields, making it a relaxing place to visit. You can enjoy the calm water by paddling along, or spend the day fishing and watching the wildlife. The Juniata River also has several hiking trails nearby, where you can enjoy the natural beauty of the area. It's a great place for families who want to enjoy a quiet day out in nature. The Juniata River is part of the Chesapeake Bay watershed, which means the water from this river eventually makes its way to the ocean. Number 9. COUDERSPORT Ice Mine. The COUDERSPORT Ice Mine is one of Pennsylvania's coolest, literally, hidden gems. It's located in COUDERSPORT, and it's a natural cave that stays cold all year long. Even in the hottest summer months, the temperature inside the cave can be much cooler than outside. The ice mine has unique features, like ice that forms naturally inside, making it a special place to visit. When you explore the cave, you'll see amazing rock formations and learn about how the ice forms. The mine is also surrounded by beautiful woods, so you can enjoy a hike in nature after your visit. You might be surprised to learn that the ice mine has been around for hundreds of years and was once used to store ice before refrigeration. Number 7. The Lost River Caverns. The Lost River Caverns are a hidden treasure in Hellertown, Pennsylvania. This underground wonder is filled with amazing rock formations, including stalactites and stalagmites that have formed over thousands of years. The caverns have an underground river that makes the place even more special. When you visit, you can take a guided tour that will show you all the fascinating features of the cave. The tour guides will explain how the cave was formed and share cool facts about the rocks and the history of the area. The Lost River Caverns is a fun place to explore, and it's a perfect spot to escape the heat during the summer. Even though the cave is underground, it stays cool all year long, making it a great place to visit no matter the season. Number 6. Hickory Run Boulder Field. Hickory Run Boulder Field is a unique and amazing natural spot in Carbon County. It's a huge field filled with giant rocks that were placed there by glaciers thousands of years ago. The boulders are scattered all over the field, and walking through them feels like you're stepping into a giant rock maze. It's fun to explore, and you can take your time climbing over the boulders or just sitting to enjoy the view. The boulders are also surrounded by beautiful forests, so you can enjoy hiking through the trees as well. This field is so big that it has been named a National Natural Landmark, which means it's an important and protected spot. Some of the boulders in Hickory Run Boulder Field are as large as small houses. Number 5. Pine Creek Gorge. Pine Creek Gorge, also known as the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon, is one of the most beautiful places in the state. It's a huge canyon that stretches over 47 miles long and is up to 1,450 feet deep in some parts. The views here are breathtaking, with tall trees, rocky cliffs, and the Pine Creek River winding through the canyon below. There are many trails for hiking, so you can explore the area and see the canyon from different angles. If you don't want to hike, you can also visit one of the scenic overlooks to get a great view of the canyon without doing much walking. The Pine Creek Rail Trail is another great way to explore the gorge by bike. Pine Creek Gorge is home to many animals, including bald eagles and white-tailed deer, so keep an eye out for wildlife when you visit. Number 4. The Bigfoot Trail. The Bigfoot Trail in Susquehanna County is one of the most mysterious places in Pennsylvania. The trail is located in the thick woods of the area, and it's known for reports of Bigfoot sightings. Many people say they've seen the creature walking through the forest, and some even claim to have heard strange sounds. Whether you believe in Bigfoot or not, the trail itself is beautiful and peaceful. You'll walk through quiet forests, along streams, and over hills, all while keeping an eye out for signs of Bigfoot. It's a great spot for hiking and exploring nature, and who knows, you might just spot something unusual. The Bigfoot Trail is part of a larger area where many sightings and stories have been told over the years. making it a fun and mysterious place to visit. Number 3. The Seven Tubs Natural Area. The Seven Tubs Natural Area in Luzerne County is a cool place where water has carved out natural pools in the rocks. These pools, called tubs, were made by the rushing water over thousands of years, and they're filled with water year-round. The area is named after the 7 natural tubs you can find here, and they're fun to explore. You can hike along the trails that lead to each of the tubs and enjoy the sound of the water as it flows through the rocks. Some of the tubs are perfect for splashing around in the warmer months, while others are surrounded by trees and rocks, making them peaceful spots to relax. The Seven Tubs is a hidden gem for nature lovers and people who enjoy the beauty of water and rocks. And here is a fun fact about this area. The water in the Seven Tubs flows from a small stream, which has been carving out the rocks for over 10,000 years. Number 2. Ringing Rocks Park. Ringing Rocks Park in Upper Black Eddy is one of the most unusual places you'll find in Pennsylvania. It's a park full of rocks that actually ring when you strike them with a hammer. This strange phenomenon happens because of the way the rocks are formed. Some of the rocks sound like bells or musical chimes when hit, making it a fun place to visit and explore. You can walk around the park, find the rocks, and try hitting them to hear the sounds. There's even a spot where the rocks are stacked on top of each other, creating a kind of rock maze. It's a fun place for families to explore and enjoy a unique experience. The rocks at Ringing Rocks Park are made of a special type of rock called diabase, which is what makes them ring when struck. Number 1. SIMEONE Foundation Automotive Museum. Located in Philadelphia, the SIMEONE Foundation Automotive Museum is a dream come true for car lovers. It's home to one of the most impressive collections of rare and historic sports cars in the world. Inside, you'll find cars from the 1920s to the 1970s, and some of them are still in perfect working condition. The museum not only lets you admire these amazing cars, but it also teaches you about the history and technology behind them. You can learn about the different types of cars, from racing cars to classic models, and see how they changed over the years. And here is the fun fact. The museum has over 65 rare cars, including some that were used in famous races. Everyone knows Pennsylvania for its famous landmarks. But what if I told you there are incredible places here that nobody talks about? In this video, we'll explore 7 amazing hidden wonders in Pennsylvania that will leave you speechless. So, make sure to watch till the end. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because we've already uploaded multiple videos on Pennsylvania hidden gems, and many more are on the way. Number 7. Lincoln Caverns and Whisper Rocks. Hidden beneath the hills of Huntingdon, Pennsylvania. This is one of the most incredible underground wonders in the state. This twin cave system offers something unique. 2 separate cave networks, each with its own mysterious tunnels, glowing rock formations, and rare crystals. Unlike most caves that have just one main system, this hidden gem has 2 underground worlds waiting to be explored. Lincoln Caverns was discovered by accident in the 1930s when a road construction project uncovered its hidden chambers. Since then, it has become a fascinating place for those who love exploring caves. Inside, you'll find towering stalactites, sparkling calcite crystals, and twisting passageways that feel like something out of an adventure movie. The second cave, Whisper Rocks, is even more mysterious. It has unique formations that seem to glow under the cave lights, making it feel almost otherworldly. Even though it's one of the most beautiful caves in Pennsylvania, many people don't even know it exists. So if you're looking for an underground adventure that's far from the crowds, this is the place to visit. But if you think an underground world is amazing, wait until you see our next hidden spot. A place where you can walk in the sky. Number 6. Kinzua Bridge Skywalk. Hidden in the remote forests of northern Pennsylvania, the Kinzua Bridge Skywalk is one of the most breathtaking and unexpected hidden wonders in the state. What was once a record-breaking railroad bridge is now a jaw-dropping skywalk that lets visitors stand hundreds of feet above the valley below. Originally built in 1882, the Kinzua Viaduct was once the tallest and longest railroad bridge in the world, towering 301 feet above the Kinzua Creek. It was an engineering marvel of its time, carrying trains across the deep gorge for more than a century. But in 2003, disaster struck. A powerful tornado tore through the area, collapsing a massive portion of the bridge. Instead of removing the ruins, engineers turned the remaining section into a one-of-a-kind skywalk. Today, visitors can walk out onto the remaining bridge and even stand on a glass floor at the very edge, looking down at the twisted wreckage of the fallen towers. The combination of history, adventure, and stunning scenery makes this place one of Pennsylvania's best-kept secrets. Despite its beauty and significance, many people don't even know it exists. So, if you're looking for an experience that blends history with heart-pounding views, Kinzua Bridge Skywalk is a must-visit hidden wonder. Number 5. Shohola Falls. Deep in the Pocono Mountains, far from the busy tourist spots, lies one of Pennsylvania's most breathtaking waterfalls, Shohola Falls. Unlike the well-known Bushkill Falls, this hidden gem remains untouched by crowds, offering a peaceful and scenic escape for those who take the time to find it. Shohola Falls is part of the Shohola Recreation Area, located near the Delaware River in Pike County. The waterfall is wide and powerful, cascading over rocky ledges surrounded by lush green forests. It's a perfect place for hiking, photography, or just sitting back and enjoying nature's beauty. Unlike some of the more famous waterfalls in Pennsylvania, there's no entrance fee, no ticket lines, just pure, untouched nature. What makes this place even more special is how few people actually know about it. Many visitors to the Poconos head to the usual attractions, completely unaware that Shohola Falls is hidden just a short drive away. The hike to the falls is easy and short, making it accessible for almost anyone. And if you visit during the fall, the surrounding trees explode in vibrant colors, making it one of the most beautiful spots in Pennsylvania. But speaking of history, what if I told you there's a street in Pennsylvania that takes you back in time to the 1700s? Let's check it out next. But before the transition, I hope you're enjoying this video so far, so don't forget to hit that like button and let us know which one of these spots you would want to visit first, or if there is any hidden gem you want us to feature in the upcoming videos. Now let's move to our next location. Number 4. Elfreth's Alley. Hidden in the heart of Philadelphia, Elfreth's Alley is a street that feels like a portal to the past. It's not just any old street, it's actually the oldest continuously inhabited residential street in America, dating back to 1703. While thousands of tourists visit Philly's famous landmarks like the Liberty Bell and Independence Hall, most people have no idea that this historic treasure exists just a few blocks away. Walking down Elfreth's Alley is like stepping back over 300 years. The narrow cobblestone street, lined with charming brick row houses, has remained almost unchanged since colonial times. These homes were originally built for artisans and merchants, and believe it or not, people still live here today. Some of these homes have been passed down for generations, making it one of the most historically rich places in the country. Despite its significance, Elfreth's Alley remains one of Philadelphia's best-kept secrets. Many locals don't even know about it. The alley is also home to a small museum that tells the incredible stories of the families who lived here centuries ago. If you're ever in Philly and want to experience what life was like in the 1700s, this is the place to go. But now, let's move from colonial history to something a little more mysterious: an abandoned railroad tunnel hidden in the forests of Pennsylvania. Number 3. Montour Railroad Tunnel. Deep in the forests of Allegheny County, hidden away from the modern world, lies a piece of Pennsylvania's forgotten past, the Montour Railroad Tunnel. Once part of a thriving railroad system, this abandoned tunnel now sits in eerie silence, slowly being reclaimed by nature. While many people have heard of Pittsburgh's steel industry history, few know about this hidden tunnel that played a key role in transporting coal and goods across the region. The Montour Railroad was built in the early 1900s and operated for decades, helping power Pennsylvania's industrial growth. But when the railroad shut down, the tracks were removed, and the tunnel was left to decay. Today, it's an overgrown and graffiti-covered relic, creating a haunting yet beautiful scene for those brave enough to explore. The tunnel is long,
dark and damp, and some visitors claim to hear strange echoes and whispers when walking through it. Whether it's just the wind or something paranormal, the eerie atmosphere makes this place unforgettable. But now, let's step even further back in time, to an ancient natural wonder that has been around since the Ice Age. Number 2. Archbald Pothole State Park. Hidden in Lackawanna County, Archbald Pothole State Park is home to one of Pennsylvania's strangest natural wonders, a massive hole in the ground that dates back to the Ice Age. While most visitors to the region head to hiking trails and waterfalls, very few know about this mysterious geological formation that has puzzled scientists for decades. The Archbald Pothole is a giant glacial pothole that was formed over 20,000 years ago, when melting glaciers created powerful whirlpools of water and rock. The result? A huge, perfectly carved hole in the bedrock that measures 38 feet deep and 42 feet wide. To put that into perspective, it's big enough to fit over 150,000 basketballs inside. What makes this place even more fascinating is that it was discovered by accident in the late 1800s, when miners were blasting through the rock. They had no idea they had just uncovered one of the largest glacial potholes in the world. Since then, it has remained a strangely beautiful yet underrated attraction that most Pennsylvanians don't even know exists. But now, let's move to the number 1 most amazing hidden place in Pennsylvania, a breathtaking overlook that most hikers completely miss. Number 1. Wolf Rocks. Deep inside Forbes State Forest, far from crowded tourist spots, lies one of Pennsylvania's most breathtaking hidden overlooks, Wolf Rocks. While many people hike through the Laurel Highlands, few know that this stunning rock formation offers some of the best panoramic views in the state. Wolf Rocks is a large, rugged outcrop sitting high above the forest, offering unobstructed views of rolling mountains, lush greenery, and dramatic rock formations. Unlike popular viewpoints such as Hawk Mountain or Rimrock Overlook, Wolf Rocks remains peaceful and untouched, making it the perfect escape for hikers looking for a quiet, scenic adventure. The hike to Wolf Rocks is about 4 miles round trip, winding through dense forests, moss-covered boulders, and occasional wildlife sightings. The reward at the end? A jaw-dropping cliffside view that feels like a secret hideaway in the middle of nowhere. Despite its beauty, many people don't even realize this place exists. Since there are no signs pointing directly to it, only those who know about it take the time to find it. But for those who do, it's one of the most rewarding hidden gems in Pennsylvania. Now, these are the playlists I'd suggest you to watch. See you there.